happy Halloween, everyone. Hopefully some fun and safe trick-or-treating for everyone out there tonight. The Columbia College Cougars hope to be able to produce a few new tricks and treats this season. Head coach Bob Burchard takes his team into the new season, hoping to improve on last year's impressive record of 24-9. Of last year's team, 8 players are returning, 3 of whom were starters, including top scorer Bryant Chambly, who averaged 12 points a game last year. Burchard also has an impressive record at the school with 460 wins and only 160 losses. So we know he can coach, but it can be challenging working with such a new and young group of players.
I mean, I was adding it up right now. The team we're putting on the court is returning 3 points from last year, so we're going to try to hold them to 2. It is a new-look team, but, you know, there's something exciting about that challenge. And, you know, we have a group of guys that I think are determined. I think they're good character guys. I think they're gritty guys. And to hold teams to 2, we're going to have to be all of the above.
It is Halloween, and the Missouri Tiger football team is in a scary spot, having lost 2 out of their last 3 games. One might start to think that their Halloween costumes this year are of bad football players. They certainly didn't look like themselves last Saturday in a football game with more turnovers than a bakery. But the Tigers' 7-2 record shows that they do in fact know how to play football. After all, they are already bowl eligible. Up next, the Cornhuskers of Nebraska. The Huskers are coming off of a surprising 41-29 loss to the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Both the Tigers and the Huskers are playing good football this year, and some say Saturday's game could decide the Big 12 North title. But Missouri isn't thinking about that right now.
With Coach Minkle, he drills in your head, just don't worry about that stuff, let other people worry about it. So that's why we're going to have to look at it and just focus on preparing and just trying to be the best we can for this week.
I mean, it should be just as big as any other game, really. I don't really look at it as a big game. You know, it might be hyped up with all the stuff that's riding on it and the big storylines and, you know, the headlines and all that kind of stuff. Man, it's Nebraska. We saw them get beat. They're not an invincible team.
We're just trying to look at it as just another game, try to go 1-0 this week and just come play better than we have the last few weeks.
Switching to the high school football scene on this All Hallows Eve, Rockbridge is no longer top dog in the state. As Blue Springs played a trick on the Bruins, they dropped to 3rd and drop out of the playoffs. In Class 4, Helias gets a treat by staying in 10th place. Class 2, Brookfield, Centralia, and Blair Oaks, same as last week, while Herman jumps up to number 7. In Class 1, Sudbury continues their climb, now up to number 6, and Tipton moves to number 9. Marceline does sit out this week, though, thanks to a loss to Putnam County last Friday. And finally, it's frightening just how crazy the football pre-playoff scene is this year. Let's try to break it down a little bit. Already in the playoffs are Salisbury, Warsaw, and Osage. Nothing to worry about there. But then it's do or die for all of these teams. This week in Thursday or Friday games, Tipton versus Concordia, Blair Oaks versus California, Centralia against Montgomery County, Kirksville versus Moberly, Marshall versus Helias. All of them facing off later this week. Now it gets a little interesting, though. If Jeff City wins, they're in. Same story for the Cupies, but only if Fort Zumwalt West loses. Finally, Class 5, District 4 is up for grabs. Waynesville takes on Camdenton. Rolla goes to Washington High. All teams in the district are 1-1 in district play, so it's a free-for-all for all the playoffs. Be sure to watch Friday Night Fever for all the high school football action this weekend. And in quick baseball news, the New York Yankees, with their deep pockets, have expressed interest in Cardinal starter Jeff Suppan. Jeff Suppan, the National League Championship Series MVP, pitched a good postseason, could be wearing pinstripes next year. Now let's go back to our ghoul and goblin, Jim and Angie, at the news desk.
Well, which one am I?
You can
I
take
don't want to
your
be
pick.
either.
Take
I don't
your
want to
pick.
be either.
I'll be the ghoul.
Okay.
You're the goblin.
Okay.
Thanks.
Jefferson City wanted.
Welcome back, everybody.